Okay.
Hey, 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 hey. Dale gas, dale gas. Yo no juego cuando trato con dinero. Dale gas, dale gas, dale gas. Olvídese del viejo, soy el nuevo. Dice que me quiere dar un beso, que me quiere dar todo eso. Yo no juego cuando trato con dinero.
What's going on, to the Cow Podcast? I am Isaac.
And I'm Nick.
You're going to hear that song a lot because WWE has a star on their hands. And this dude is young. Humberto Carrillo made his official 205 Live debut this week. And it was a pretty good match.
That was a really good match. I'm not hating on that at all. There's only one thing that I did hate, and that was the crowd.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. He also had a hell of a showing against Johnny Wrestling on NXT. We'll talk about that later towards the end. But first, let's jump into something that happened Saturday. Do you know what Saturday was?
Yeah. It was Saturday.
NXT UK tournament. The first ever NXT UK takeover. And it was basically everything we could have hoped for.
Hoped for and more. I mean, coming from having the title of NXT and knowing that NXT always puts on amazing takeover events, and then having the UK guys try to show them up. I knew that this was going to be great. I just didn't know how good it was actually going to be.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Oh my gosh, everything was dope.
Yeah, it was really good.
And speaking of UK, real quick, did you see the story on Nigel McGuinness?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Bruh, I shed a little tear.
Was it really good?
It was actually really good. I highly suggest anyone out there, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it, because I had no idea of this man's history and the things that he's done in wrestling. I saw one match between him and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this dude is dope. Like, why isn't he wrestling? And then I see this, and I'm like, wow.
He has Hep C, right? B, okay. Yeah, I remember watching another documentary about that. Let's jump into the first match of the NXT Takeover UK. Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven versus Zach Gibson and James Drake. First ever NXT UK Championship match. And it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of good, great tag team work. Mustache Mountain is fucking fantastic.
They're incredible. I think they're so big over there, they might have to come to America.
Tyler Bate to me is a superstar at the age of 20, 21?
21. He just turned 21.
Yeah, he can finally have a beer in the US. I was surprised that James Drake and Zach Gibson became the first ever UK champions.
I'm not. I was big on them during the UK tournament, the first and the second one. But I think that this was a perfect way to intro the tag team division. Not only putting off this amazing show, but having these two bad guys, these two heels, really dominate this field. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a smart move.
I was surprised by that. It was really good. Next, we had Travis Banks versus Jordan Devlin. But before anything happened, they showed something happened on the pre-show where Jordan Devlin takes him out. So Jordan Devlin's out in the ring waiting for his opponent. They say the GM for the UK NXT basically says, I have an opponent for you. Johnny Saint comes out, announces that, and it's Finn Balor. So we get Jordan Devlin versus Finn Balor, basically teacher versus student, and it was a solid, pretty good match.
It was a really good match, and when Jordan Devlin first appeared on my radar at the first UK tournament, I thought that he was dope, and then when they said that he trained under Finn Balor, I was like, yeah, you can tell, because he walks out like him. He has the jacket. He has the look. Like, everything is Finn Balor's twin brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I kind of didn't like him. I thought he was good, but I kind of didn't like it because he wasn't original. And now watching him over these past couple of weeks, he's very original and he's starting to like really be him. And I really liked it. And I really liked this match. Not a lot of back and forth, and I really liked it.
And that's something he talked about a lot. Was yes, he's Finn's student, but he's his own man.
Yeah, and it was perfect to have Finn come out. And I think it was also a nice stamp of approval in a sense. Like, let's bring Finn Balor back here. You know, I like it. This 2 matches in, already a good night.
Eddie Dennis versus Dave Mastiff, no DQ match. A really physical match, a lot of back and forth action. Super equal. No man really had a full hand. But Dennis with that razor's edge, dude.
Yeah.
It was really, really great.
That was really good. I really liked this match a lot. I really like those two together. They have a great chemistry in the ring. But all I kept thinking was, man, I want to see Mastiff go against Killian Dane.
Yeah, because Mastiff's a big boy. Hits him with a cannonball right through the table. 1, 2, 3. Dave Mastiff picks up the W.
Oh, yeah. Such a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed this match.
Next we get Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm for the NXT UK Championship. Rhea Ripley's a badass.
Oh, yeah. She's badass.
She's incredibly strong. We saw a lot of what she can do in the Mae Young Classic. But Toni Storm, absolutely resilient. We know what she's been going through. She ends up picking up the win with the Storm Zero. 1, 2, 3, and she is the new NXT UK Women's Champion.
That was my favorite women's match since Becky and Charlotte. That was such a good match. It was a lot of fun for me. And what I really liked about it was you got emotional. You know what I mean? Like, there was an emotional draw to it because you were really pulling for Toni Storm, and I really loved it. And I loved hearing, like, Nigel, because most of the time he'll, like, kind of tend towards the heels, but in this one you can tell, like, he was riding for her, and I felt really invested in everything that's been going on with her in her personal life. She deserved this moment.
The emotion was real.
It was real, and I loved it. So shout out to Toni.
Yeah,
she needs a pop. She needs a pop.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be the cutest pop ever.
Oh yeah, right. Like, she needs a pop. Who else would have a cute pop?
Becky.
Like, Becky's pop would be dope. Oh yeah, I'm getting my Ava Marie.
Oh, you heard about her, right?
What? She's gonna be a Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too.
Joe Coffey versus Pete Dunne for the NXT UK Championship. Pete Dunne's a bad motherfucker.
Pete Dunne. I've been saying it since day one. I'm a Pete Dunne guy. And I'm so glad 2 years later, this man is still the best. Only, 24 years old?
24
25?
years old. Dude has been wrestling since 16. He looks like a fucking animal in there. Not the tallest dude, but he's a total badass. His submission holds, what he does. But Joe Coffey, he was no slouch himself.
There was talk that if Joe Coffey would be able to handle the main event scene and be like that guy, you know, and this match, he absolutely proved any doubter wrong. Yeah. Like, he was incredible. This match back and forth was completely insane. It's like I told you when we were setting up, it's January, and that's the match of the year. It's gonna be hard to beat that.
Yeah. So what? All right. So there was 2 spots that they did the exact same one, where Coffey ends up falling off and hitting the ground outside really hard, and Dunn falls back in the ring, and they try for it again, and they both kind of fall on the outside. Was that a botch? What were they doing?
Okay, to me, it was definitely a botch. And I've been trying to figure out, like, if there's any talk of, like, what they were actually trying to do, but I couldn't find anything. But what I really liked and appreciate, I love when a mistake happens and you get right back up and try to do it again. And even if it happened or it didn't work out the second time, it didn't matter.
Right.
To me, it really didn't matter. And both times. And what I love most about it, how they fell both times, it looked like one was trying to hurt the other in response. And that's
Yeah.
what I really liked about it, because you couldn't tell if it was a botch, but it was definitely a botch. And then when they tried it again the second time, you knew it was a botch, but how it changed, it it felt like, okay, that first one wasn't a botch, so this one wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was really good. Oh my gosh. This match was insane.
Pete Dunne slaps on a triangle choke, starts bending those fingers backwards. Coffee taps out. Pete Dunne retains the UK Championship. He's celebrating. Next thing you know, some music hits. Out comes the man who can chop a tree down with his hands, Walter.
Volta,
Comes out, big boy.
that big Austrian.
Stands right in front of Pete Dunne, nods in approval, ends up hitting Coffee with a big boot, and the two men stare down.
And it's hilarious because Walter's like, what, 6'6", something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just standing over. It's weird. I was like, damn, he's tiny, but this is gonna be so fucking good.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be one physical, badass match when we get it.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. If there's anybody that can end his reign, it's gonna be Walter. But I'm pulling for him to go 1,000 days as champion.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be, I mean, after that, you have to go to the main roster. I mean,
yeah.
especially now after this. I mean, this match, we got a good half hour, maybe, a half hour, maybe more of this main event. Incredible match, incredible back and forth. Pete Dunne is a star, and true, we don't get to hear him like talk a lot, and there's debate on whether if he is one of the best champions and I don't know. He deserves to be on that main spot. Like, needs to come to the main roster. I'm hyped. That was such a great pay-per-view. I give that 4.5 stars.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was a fucking good pay-per-view. Because we got NXT Takeover or Chicago. What's coming up next?
I think it's
Where are they at? Where's the Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble is in Arizona.
All right, that's right. It's gonna be at the baseball stadium.
Yeah, Chase Field.
So I didn't watch the first 10 minutes or so of Raw. Could you fill me in, sir?
The first 10 minutes of Raw? Dude, what happened in the first 10 minutes of Raw?
Well, I remember the only thing that I know is Vince came out.
Yeah, Vince came out, and that's how it started. He pulled up in his limo, and then Braun comes out, and he starts to talk, and I'm hoping that it's a better promo than it was last week. And it was. He was just talking about how he's running around, he's scared, he's the best, blah, 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 whatever. So he ended it with he's going to get these hands, and then Baron Corbin comes out, he starts talking that talk, and Braun Strowman chases after him. And when they get to the back, they're looking for him, and my favorite part of this segment was Elias is singing a song, and Braun Strowman walks back, and he looks at him, and he's basically telling him through the song where Baron Corbin is, and he's hiding. He's hiding in Vince McMahon's limo. So he grabs a pipe and he smashes the window, and then he rips off the door, tries to get to him. He runs away, but Vince walks up, and he's pissed. You just destroyed my car. And in response to it, he says, that's going to cost you $100,000. And he says, $100,000? And he was like, oh, well, you want more? All right. Your title match at the Rumble, you're stripped of it.
And so he goes over and flips over his limo?
He flips over his limo.
All right.
Which is, in my mind, okay, you're taking that L. Now you flipped his limo. Come on, son. If this is a setup to like something bigger for him, like, I don't know, fighting Triple H or something, whatever. But now that opens up Braun Strowman to be in the Royal Rumble, to where he has a guaranteed match if he wins at the main event. But I kind of didn't like this road until they start to introduce like how they're going to, or who the next person that's going to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble is going to go. So then that made me excited, because it might be somebody different And different is good.
Different is definitely good. First match of the night: Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka. Again, Nia Jax is definitely a liability whenever she's in the ring. The faces end up picking up the win. There's really nothing special about it. All that really mattered was the promo that Sasha Banks cut on Ronda Rousey at the end, basically saying that she's going to win the title, and that's the only thing that really matters to her.
Yeah, and I kind of liked how it was more of like a, wait, what did you say? That you think that I'm this and blah blah blah. And I like that. I only like it because it was it was more of like a, she's establishing her bossness once again. And last week it was kind of like, I'm excited to see Sasha Banks back in the title picture, but then there's just that small reservation, you know. But now with this small little heat that she's giving off, and she's coming off heelish,
right?
I like it. And now, because I looked at it like this, now that she's coming off a little heelish against Ronda Rousey, and she threw up the 4 at her, like, it's all about this.
Yeah.
Charlotte is kind of a heel. Becky is just Becky. When is little Miss Bailey gonna catch on to the hype? And now we're cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting good, and I'm thoroughly waiting for the next thing to happen.
And so next we get Natty and Bailey backstage. They're kind of arguing, you know, try to put blame on Ronda or Sasha, and then all this other stuff. Out comes Riot Squad, and they basically make a challenge to Natty and Bailey if they can find a tag team partner. But the next we get the Lucha House Party versus the Revival, which was a pretty solid match, nothing too special. But this time the Revival come out on top with some fuckery, and Payback's a bitch.
I love it because justice was served. It was served, but I also don't like the fact that the conversation wasn't more of how we're going to get them back into the title picture. Like, I want to see them like petition and on TV doing that, but I want it to be raw and real.
Right.
If they have that realness to it, that element of it, and even allude to like those other guys, you know, the AEW, that would be fire. Like, stir in the pot, like really bring people in. Now is the time that they have to start like throwing all their like shit up against the wall to try to make something stick and make people like watch and pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time to do it. So it was missing that, but I still liked it.
It was genuinely it was a solid match, something you couldn't really hate.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find the. Maybe this is it. I don't know. We'll find out. So next, John Cena interrupts Vince's promo. Basically, Vince is saying that since he's going to announce who's going to be the next person to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, out comes John Cena. And I really fucked this promo. Let's go ahead and hear it.
Hang on a second.
Button off the boss.
Considering the opportunity, Corey, in face, this would be no different.
He needs a haircut.
No.
Oh yeah, but he's also getting bald.
I know what you're gonna say,
True.
and I know what you want to do. We all know you just lost a Universal Championship match on the biggest event of the road to WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble. So you're out here right now to tell somebody to step up. I'll save you the time and the trouble. You see, 20 years ago, when everyone left this man high and dry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, see you, Vince. The Rock, see you, Vince. The current Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, take this job and shove it, Vince. I'm going to play football. You didn't know what to do. You turned around at a crew of rejects and misfits, and you begged somebody to step up. And I walked up to you and looked you in the eyes like a man, and I said, you give me a chance, and I will not let you down. And you gave me a chance. And I didn't let you down. And then you gave me another chance. And another chance, and another chance, and another chance, and more and more and more and more chances. I miss birthdays, weddings, and funerals for this. And I am not saying that, Mr. McMahon, for your sympathy. I'm saying it because stepping up isn't putting your life on hold for this. Stepping up here is making this your life and loving every second of it.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Making this your life, every second of it. I was like, to me, despite my criticisms of Big Match John and him going over all the times other stuff, this man made this business his life.
He did.
And it's the truth. This dude was there every fucking Monday or every Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. You know, he got hurt. He came back months before anyone ever expected it. He gave his life and his body to this industry. And a lot of guys that, specifically The Rock, Brock Lesnar, the Stone Colds, you know, walked out that door. John didn't.
He really didn't. And we have gone on here and been like kind of critical on like John Cena and Roman Reigns because they're always in that light. They're always in, you know, that main event picture. And I'm starting to think that it was just maybe because we just didn't like them because we're tired of seeing the same thing.
The creative direction that the characters put in is the reason why we were highly critical.
Yeah, exactly. So then John Cena's gone. He comes back. We kind of get like, we have mixed feelings about it. But this was the first time where he comes out and I hear him and I'm thinking, he's right. And I think we needed him all those years.
Yeah.
Because at that time when The Rock, Stone Cold, you know, was gone, who did we have in that main event picture? Triple H really wasn't in that main event picture as much.
He was hurt a lot. It was Kurt Angle for a little bit. It was Eddie. It was JBL. And it was John. Edge was there. Randy Orton was there.
Yep.
You could put a lot of the carrying of the heavy load on John Cena and Edge's shoulders. But Edge got hurt.
Those two carried the company for a long time.
Yeah.
And like we should acknowledge that he is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, because he did exactly what was asked of him. And when they needed something, he said, I'm there. Right. I'll do it. Right. And I just don't see anybody else. If there was no John Cena, who would be that guy? Because Brock Lesnar ended up, like you said, leaving to go play football, played one preseason game with the Vikings and got cut. Like, I mean, we didn't have anybody. Like, who would be that guy to catapult the company into the next level if there was no John Cena?
Yeah, that's a scary thought. Something that we probably should analyze someday.
One day.
Drew McIntyre comes out, basically says he doesn't give a shit what John says. Out comes Corbin trying to make a case for himself. Finn Balor comes out. Vince looks at Finn, is like, there's a lot of meat in this ring, boy. How are you gonna deal with all this meat? And then Finn hit him with the, you know what? I was your first Universal Champion, and I'll prove it tonight. Vince makes a fatal four main event. Winner gets to go face the Beast. As Vince is walking in the back, Jinder Mahal stops him, makes a case saying, you know what? I was a WWE champion. People got denied the dream match of Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. Vince is like, all right, pick one of the four. If you beat him, you take a spot. And he picks Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
So next we got the Riot Squad versus Bayley Natty. And we find out who the tag partner is going to be. And it's none other than the twisted sister of Sanity, Nikki Cross.
Dude, I text you when I was watching that. My statement still stands.
She is an underrated hottie, and I've been saying that for the longest time. It was a really, she is fucking fantastic in that ring. Her character work is really, really good.
Really good. You'd be hard to find anybody else that is as
invested.
captivating and investing. Yeah, I loved it. That match was good because Nikki was there and she was killing it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love Nikki Cross. I think she's one of the best female wrestlers that's coming out of NXT right now.
Yeah. All 6 women can go, dude. Liv Morgan is definitely someone who is still learning and getting good because she looks so natural in that ring.
Yeah, I'm really feeling Liv Morgan's style now. Like she's something else. I think if she sticks with this group a little bit longer, I think she can one day step out on her own and be her own villain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ruby Riott is definitely someone who's putting her on the game, and so is Sarah Logan. Both are really talented wrestlers. And she's learning. You know, she's in that car. She's probably, you could tell she's a student of the game, just because she adds different things to her arsenal.
Yeah.
When she did the mid rope moonsault, I fucking was.
I loved it.
Where did that come from? And then when she hit the step up into Zaguri, how she hit it, I was like, girl, you've been practicing that.
Yeah, they've been working. She's working. That whole team is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to them becoming the women's tag team champions.
Eventually, that's gonna happen.
But there is one thing though. I really need to say this and get this out.
Yeah.
Did anybody else notice that Ruby Riott's hair was long in the segment and short in the match?
No. Do you think they put out her the extensions?
Oh, they had to. I was looking at it and I was like, her hair is long. Why is it short now? And I was like, there's no way they cut that and styled it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like they had to take that out. Like what? It was weird. It was just a weird moment that distracted me for a bit.
I didn't notice that. I'll go back and look.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm tripping.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Bailey ends up hitting an elbow drop. 1, 2, 3. The faces pick up the W.
Did you expect anything different?
I did not. So Finn Balor's walking backstage. We get a little glimpse of Lacey Evans giving him the eye.
The lady. I hope she becomes the lady of SmackDown.
Well, we'll talk about her in a second. Again, Jinder Mahal versus Finn Balor. A pretty good match, dude. Finn gets a really good one out of him. Finn picks up the win.
That was a really good match. It was fun because I really like Jinder Mahal and where he's at right now. And for the record, I was one of those people that wanted to see that match between Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal.
There was like 5 of you.
I'm pretty sure 6.
Triple threat for the IC Championship. Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley and Dean Ambrose. Woo! Woo! I think the announcement of AEW has shoved a flame up the creative's ass.
I'm telling you, this is the time, and they are this right here proves my point. They are afraid.
Yeah, I think they are. So basically, it was a really good back and forth. We see Seth and Dean team up for a second there to take out Bobby Lashley. Basically, the way this ends is that Leo Rush gets involved, kind of breaks up a pin. Seth Rollins attacks him. Bobby Lashley ends up hitting a spear, right? And then basically. That's how it ends. Basically, Bobby Lashley ends up covering Dean Ambrose. 1, 2, 3. New IC champion Bobby Lashley.
Bobby freaking Lashley. 12 years since he last held the championship, the United States Championship, and he is now the Intercontinental Champion. I was hyped, and it's well deserved.
He celebrated, dude. He actually legitimately celebrated.
Legitimately. Did you see his face? He looked like he was about to cry. Yeah. And I was like, yes, feel that. Rumble, young man.
Yeah, and it was really good because he was the first. Well, he was 2013, I think it was. Was the last time a black man held the IC championship.
Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Are we gonna get into this whole WWE? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
That's a discussion for another day, sir. Because we could talk about that for hours.
Yeah, because who was the last black champion? like Kofi Kingston is like the face of black men when it comes to the championship reign, and I do not count The Rock.
We'll do a special. Why ain't more black men world champions? What's up with that?
Yeah, okay, we can do that, but let's do it in March because it'd be very like on the nose in February since it's Black History
That
Month.
is true. We'll do, all right. We'll get a panel of black men who are wrestling fans and get their various.
Yeah, we'll just do a man on the street.
There we go. Be like people are like, well, we don't watch WrestleMania.
Oh man, that was so funny. Oh
It'll
my
take us
gosh.
all fucking day to get one response.
Oh man. Actually, I asked two people at McDonald's and was like, "Yo, do you watch wrestling?" It's all right. I was like, "I don't want to talk to you."
Yeah, no, it was a really good Intercontinental match. The result, Bobby Lashley picked up a W. It caught me off guard. I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
It really did. I was expecting Dean Ambrose to kick out,
Yeah,
and or reverse it, or for some weird reason he pick up the win.
I was expecting Seth to come flying off that top rope and breaking up the 3 count.
Ah, right. None of that happened, so
None
I'm
of it.
very happy.
So next we get this little backstage segment where some dude carrying a bedazzled cup is delivering coffee to Alexa Bliss. He knocks on the door, no response. He goes in, and Alexa Bliss is covering her puppies.
Bruh,
Now,
WWE is scared.
yeah, so dude, they are busting out all the chops. She gets like offended and grossed out. I was like, I didn't know what to do. It's been a while since WWE pulled this shit on me.
No, for real.
I
It
was like-
really has.
I was like, I thought, I was like, what's gonna happen here? I was like, whoa, really? They did. And
They
then
did it.
I jumped on Twitter immediately. I see people complaining, women have been working so hard for this, this, and this, da 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 da, and this is the resort to. Same motherfucker who's bitching about WWE hasn't been good since the Attitude Era.
Yeah. I hate that.
Ta-da! Attitude Era. What did fucking Jerry the King Lawler say every fucking 5 minutes? Puppies!
Puppies!
Look at her titties! Fucking making some sort of sexual innuendo joke about a girl. And yet, you get offended because you see Alexa Bliss, fucking handcuffing her her titties, try to cover up. It was... Dude, so this segment on YouTube has generated a massive amount of hits, dude.
It's like it was like one of the most watched things on YouTube, something like that.
Yeah.
Like in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, get out of here. That is insane how bad people are when it comes to like puppies. Like this is incredible. This is just so, it has 4.2 million views and it's only been a day.
Yeah, I really hope WWE doesn't go overkill with this type of shit, and like every week we get something like this, because it'll get old quick. But dude, like honestly, to me, it was a little segment where we got a little edgy, right?
Yeah.
And why are we being fucking hypercritical of some sexuality? I thought we were being open doors for everything and anything, and Alexa Bliss getting walked in on. Of course, she didn't show anything. She wasn't trying to seduce the motherfucker. It was this little innocent little thing. Let's just fucking appreciate what we got and move on. Why fucking make a big deal out of it and get all angry about some shit that we grew up watching and now you're offended?
Yeah, but it was also like the people who are asking for the Attitude Era, they need to be more specific. Because when it comes to like, oh, we want the Attitude Era, it's like, do you want the wrestlers and the stories back, or do you want like everything back? You have to be very specific. And this is so Attitude Era, and it really is pushing the limits now because we're in this whole movement of women now, and people are feeling like, oh, this actually makes them take a step back. I honestly don't think so. I think it's actually a huge step forward because with all of this that's been going on and pushing the WWE and pushing Alexa Bliss to be like that woman, good on her for taking it on the chin and be like, you know what, I do it. Like that's
Yeah,
dope.
dude. It basically she did a really good job. Her face expressions were on point. It wasn't terribly done. It was very done. It was done very tastefully.
You can tell she felt a little like nervous about it. Like that was obvious. And it is an homage to Trish Stratus. So
Right.
it's kind of that weird moment. You know what I mean?
But Vince wasn't trying to shove his tongue down her throat. No one was trying to grab her ass or be her sexual harasser. To me, this is one of those things where, oopsie, and again, people saying, "Oh, Attitude was better." Yeah, what was good about the Attitude Era? The fucking headshots that were unprotected, where dudes got their brain scrambled. Mick Foley, dude, he's fucking lucky he could wake up and walk down the stairs without being in pain.
The dude didn't have a joint connecting his hip to his leg. I mean,
what do you want?
what do you want?
You
Yeah.
want these dudes to fucking be beat up with fucking anything and everything? I mean, you can't complain about one thing and then fucking go blank about the other and be like, oh, I don't condone this and that. Guess what? I don't condone fucking a headshot unprotected.
Yeah. I don't condone that.
I don't condone that. I don't condone fucking light tubes, fluorescent tubes, nothing like that. I don't condone fucking Mick Foley going through the top of the cage through the floor. I don't condone him coming back at the main event to get involved. It's like, shit happened. I would never want to see that ever again. You know, the fact now that they jump off the Hell in a Cell and they go through the table, we know there's a crash pad under there. Guess where there was no crash pad at? In that ring when Mick went through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. We love the Attitude Era, and we're not saying
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
But I loved all of that stuff that you just mentioned. I loved it. But growing up and seeing like the effects of it, we don't really need it. If we can bring some of that back and do it safely, make sure that somebody actually doesn't get hurt. I mean, that what was it? That Canadian driver that we saw last week.
Right.
We both thought that it was awesome. But
right.
There's a reason why nobody does it in
because
the WWE.
Very few dudes can pull it off, and very few dudes know how to take it appropriately.
Exactly. Like the WWE now are taking a little bit more risk in like some of the move sets. We're seeing somebody get Hurricane off of the apron straight to the floor now. Like that is painful, and we're seeing a lot more of that stuff, but it's done safely.
Right.
And we need more people to just take a step back and like really think, what are you missing from the Attitude Era? The blood? Don't need it. Like we don't need blood to tell a story.
Not every
some
week.
cases, not every week. Yeah, we need it sometimes.
Right.
Like, well, we don't need it, but
It
we can
helps.
use it. Helps sometimes, but not all the time. And I thought that this was a great step forward. But like I'm gonna say again, it proves my point. WWE scared.
It's very they feel the pressure. And so to our point that this wasn't like, something to be offended about. Alexa Bliss comes out looking like $1 million, dude. This girl, if she's picking her clothes, she's got some incredible fashion sense. Because we know she's got a little dark heart in her. She's got a black soul because she admits she loves wearing black. If you watch Total Divas. Anyway, she comes out looking like $1 million with the microphone, announces at the Elimination Chamber, we're going to have a 6-team first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match, and they are fighting for this. She reveals the beautiful Women's Tag Team Championships.
Beautiful.
White leather.
Wow.
Gold upon gold with a tad bit of silver.
Now, doesn't that look better than that bum ass like Raw tag team or Raw and SmackDown tag team time? That looks good. That looks
great.
good.
They look great.
I was super hyped.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it.
I'm a sucker for a white belt.
Oh yeah. That's why I have my Intercontinental Championship hanging up.
Yeah, dude. So she makes that announcement. Out comes Paul Heyman. He does his shtick, hypes up the match. Then out comes Otis from Heavy Machinery. He's just babbling like a fucking moron. I loved it.
We're coming! Hey, Tucky. I love I love those guys. I love their comedic like timing. Like they really play off one another like really well. That was great.
Dude,
That was
it was
great.
really fantastic. Out comes Otis, um, and he or not Otis. Tucker comes out. Tucker Knight comes out
Yeah.
and is trying to drag Otis back, and it's just like Alexa Bliss and Paul Heyman are looking at each other like, what the fuck's going on here? And then
Yeah.
the main event starts. Fucking was it Cena's music hits, right?
Yeah. No, it was who came out?
I don't remember who came out first.
I don't remember.
Anyway, so the music hits. Outcome. The main event starts. Fatal 4-way.
Oh, Finn Balor came out first.
Finn Balor,
Yeah.
that's right. So we get John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Finn Balor. A lot of back and forth stuff. Really, really good, high quality match. And surprisingly, too sweet, Finn Balor picks up the W.
Woo! I was hyped. Like I almost jumped out of my seat. Like, hey, like
Yeah.
I was really happy about that. Like this is Finn Balor's moment. Do I think he's gonna win? No.
Oh God, I hope so.
I would love that, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
After the match, we get this little clip.
Where I come from, you're given an opportunity and you fight to earn respect. Today, in front of the entire world, Vince McMahon said he didn't believe in you. And you said these people believe in you. For what it's worth, you got one more person that believes in you. You give him hell at the Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, your challenger for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble, Finn Balor!
He got the rub. He got the rub.
Man, whenever you get the stamp from a legend, you just know.
Yeah.
You know? And my thing is that earlier, the real moment of Finn Balor saying, "You never believed in me," to Vince McMahon, I loved it.
It felt real.
It was real. You knew it was real.
Yeah.
And I wish that he kind of would have expanded on it a little bit. Like, you never believed in me. You never thought that I could be this because I don't look like, because I don't talk like, because I'm not like them. And you're saying it now. But they believed in me. And that kept me going. And I'm all realness wins every time. We need more real. And if he would have got just a little bit real, I think it would have drawn more emotion out from us.
Right.
We're already connected to Finn Balor, but we just need just a little bit more. That's what we need that more, because when it comes from like someone like him, who's small and doubted, not seen as like a face of this company, when it comes from Daniel Bryan, when it comes from AJ Styles, when it comes from Jeff Hardy, even CM Punk, it means something. It really means something, because we see ourselves in them.
Right.
We see John Cena as a superhero, where we see Finn Balor as the guy next door that we didn't know was capable of doing that, and we're rooting for him because that's our guy. He
Right.
represents us.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
And that's where it looks like where we're heading towards, man. Let's jump into SmackDown, because SmackDown was just as good as Raw.
Smack Dizzle.
So, kicks off. The man, not John Cena, not Finn Balor, man, Becky Lynch is walking, looking fly as fuck in her leather jacket and her custom Jordans and her cool ass jeans, because she's a man, and men wear leather and Nikes.
Men wear leather. I've been told I cannot pull off that jacket, and that makes me very upset.
You're more of a
I know, I'm more of a denim guy, huh?
no, you're more of one of those like those what are they called, the jackets you get in high school,
The Letterman jacket? Yeah, that is me, huh?
Yeah, like old school Kanye West, what is it? It starts with the B, right? What is it called? A bomber jacket.
Bomber jacket.
That's what
okay,
you are,
yeah.
sir. You're a bomber jacket
Yes.
type of gentleman.
is.
Anyway, so she's walking through. We see fucking Heavy Machinery hanging out with New Day. Fucking Otis is making a milkshake. He's throwing the powder in there, the milk, some pancakes, some uncracked eggs, some tuna, blends the motherfucker together.
Yeah, tucky.
Fucking, he offers a drink to New Day. New Day shake their head no. He takes a little sip. Fucking Becky Lynch walks by. She looks. She takes a gulp, smiles, looks at him, says, "Weak," and just walks off.
Yeah, I was like, what? So she said it, so I guess it is. So I was like, I told you it needs more tuna.
Oh,
like,
God.
Oh, my God.
I fucking love him.
He's like, we're going to need some carbs. Put some pancakes in there. You put the pancakes and then the tuna. He said, threw the eggs in. Dude, there's still a shell on it.
It was disgusting.
Oh, that's so disgusting. I love it.
Dude,
I love it.
If they never wrestle and just do this, you got a fucking massive hit.
You have a hit. I mean, these guys are insane. Insane. I love them. I love those guys. I do not want... I don't care where they go. I just want to see them. I think they would benefit a little bit more on SmackDown, playing off with the New Day, playing off of the Usos, Sanity.
Oh, yes.
But most likely they're going to go to Raw and go with, AOP and stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun for them. But I feel like there's nobody else on... Actually, it would make more sense for them to go to Raw. But there's nobody else really on Raw that they can have that comedic jokey with backstage that is a tag team that is fun. Besides Rhino and what's his name? Heath. So... Yeah. I don't know.
I can imagine them trying to crack jokes in the back and being like that, all goofy and shit, and the Revival just arguing with them nonstop.
I can see this now. Rhino, Heath Slater, and War Machine, or not War Machine, Heavy Machinery, all at the double wide.
Yeah,
Eat cheese crackers, bro. Yeah, Tucky. I love those guys. Oh my gosh. Dude, I need to get some sound clips from them because they're hilarious. I love those guys.
Yeah, dude, just him alone fucking confessing to blowing up the fucking toilet.
Oh yeah, like, I'm sorry. And I was like, I'm coming. That's not what we're talking about. Whoa.
Oh god. Anyways, Becky Lynch is in the middle of the ring. She starts cutting a promo. Asuka comes out. Asuka's yelling at her in Japanese, basically saying, "You know what? You say you claim to be in Charlotte's shadow. After the Royal Rumble, bitch, you're gonna be in mine."
Oh man.
She dropped. I was like, oh. Crowd knew what she was saying.
Oh man, I had no idea what she was saying. I didn't care. I was just like, damn, she is crazy. I love it. I love it.
Iconics. I love how they have their shirts cut.
Oh yeah,
and then because the eyes are spread through, and you can see their incredible abs. Like they really should manufacture a shirt for them specifically that looks just like that because it's pretty cool looking.
Oh no, it's really cool. They really should do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. They basically start talking shit, saying that they're gonna win the Royal Rumble and then become women's tag team champions. And then basically, Becky challenges one of them, so we get Becky versus Peyton Royce. Super quality match. It was really good. Becky Lynch looks like a total badass wrestling in jeans and Nikes. She ends up picking up the W. After the match, Asuka gets in the ring, gets in her face, starts yelling in Japanese, tells Billie Kay to get her ass in the ring. Billie Kay's walking away. Asuka slides out, throws her ass in. We get a match. Asuka beats her ass. One thing I did forget to mention, Becky Lynch shakes Peyton Royce's hands and then throat punches her.
Oh my gosh, come on.
When she throat punched her, I was like, she done one thing I've always wanted to do to somebody, just punch someone right in the throat.
It's Becky, man. She can really just do anything.
Becky is fucking fantastic.
She is. Insane. Like, this is the best. This is going to be the best year.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, Asuka ends up picking up the win. She gets back in Becky's face. They're talking back and forth. AJ Styles comes out right in the middle of the argument. Hops the barricade, walks up the stairs, goes to the concessions, starts handing out hot dogs and t-shirts, defying the great one, Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan comes out, attacks him wearing a hoodie. They brawl. And the next thing you know, we end up with the Usos backstage doing a photo shoot. He gets a Jimmy. He gets this little box. He thinks, oh, early anniversary gift from my lady. Opens it up. It's a hotel key card. A note saying, come and give it to me. Basically, turns out it's from Mandy Rose. Jay looks at him like, what you gonna do, Oos? I don't know what I'm gonna do, Oos. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious, but damn, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, especially coming off of Raw and what happened there. Oh, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen.
Yeah. We see Samoa Joe walking in the back. EC3 is just kind of posing in the mirror, counting his abs.
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali is making his entrance. Samoa Joe takes him out, beats his ass. So it looks like that's the next feud, which is going to be fucking epic.
It's going to be epic. I'm very much looking forward to this. And I really like the build up for Mustafa Ali. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're pushing him for a strong mid-card scene. I really love this. But how crazy cool, amazing it would be for him to win the Royal Rumble. Because it would be completely unexpected.
Oh, absolutely.
And then we get Daniel Bryan versus Mustafa Ali.
At
Oh my
WrestleMania.
gosh. That would be insane. Insane. Because we don't have like a clear vision of who Daniel Bryan will take on at WrestleMania. So it really could be anybody. It could be Samoa Joe, but a heel and heel, no. But a beautiful story of this guy who came from 205 Live, who's literally fighting to get up on this, to be a part of this roster and to prove himself, to be at WrestleMania. That'd be dope. Even if he loses, it would still be an amazing story.
Sonya Deville's backstage, talking to Mandy Rose. She's like, yo, what are you doing? That's fucked up. Mandy Rose is like, you know what? I really don't like Naomi, so I'm going to break up the marriage. Sonya Deville basically has these really great, like, facial expressions. Everything she did was really on point. So we get Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. No longer Cien Almas, just Andrade.
Dude, that kills me. I was so pissed off. Why are you doing this? When you did it to Charlotte, it was fine. Don't care. Because you still call her Charlotte, no matter what.
They did it to Rusev.
They did it to Rusev. That bothered me a little bit. But
they did it to
it's
another
fine.
person, too.
They did it to Cesaro.
Oh, Cesaro, Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews, okay, just calling him Apollo, cool. Because you get tired of people saying Apollo Creed. I get it. That's fine. Like, whatever. But Andrade... No, I don't feel that.
They should have just gone and called him Cien Almas.
Yeah, or just left it alone.
Yeah.
Andrade Cien Almas. It sounds silly when it's on the loudspeaker.
Andrade.
Andrade.
You just be like, what?
And then you change the whole intro to him, and it's just Andrade. And it's like, come on, son. He's not a drug dealer that that lives on the corner.
He's
like,
not
come
Prince.
on. He's not Prince. Like,
He's not Cher.
Cher.
Come on.
Robin.
Yeah, come on.
And I'm talking about the singer. Not see, like, that sounds stupid. Like,
It does.
Yeah,
it's bad. I am not a fan of it. They need to call. Just go ahead and call him Cien Almas.
Yeah.
Anyways, despite the stupid name change or shortening, Rey Mysterio and Andrade fucking damn near stole the night. Or they stole the night. It was a fucking fantastic match.
No, they stole the night. That was an incredible match.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I love that Corey Graves dropped this whole bullshit heel stuff that he pulls sometimes. Basically saying that they focus mainly on the action in the ring, calling it. And there was a lot of reversals that were crazy. And even Corey's like, they got counters for moves we had never even seen before.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at Rey Mysterio, who is clearly one of the GOATs in the Lucha Libre community. Yeah. And you have Andrade, who is young and idolized him, idolized Eddie, idolized all these amazing people that came before him. And now you're seeing these two worlds and generations clash, and it's incredible to me, I felt like I was watching Rey Mysterio fight like it was the first time.
Yeah, it was like it really felt like we were watching Rey Mysterio honestly versus Eddie.
That's how I felt. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yeah, that's how it felt, and it felt really, really good, and it made me miss Eddie a lot more.
Yeah,
that's what they need. They need an Eddie pop. I'm gonna write them. But anyway, continue.
So fucking, it was really good. I mean, it was fantastic, high pace, fast action. That Canadian Destroyer again was epic. Rey Mysterio's gonna go for the 619 counter, some more counters. This basically comes to an end when Selena Vega distracts the referee. Rey gets caught up a little bit. Hammerlock DDT from the top rope. Andrade picks with a W.
He picked it up.
Yep.
Are you mad? Not really.
Not really. Hot action. We're gonna get some more of that. Speaking of hot action, Jimmy shows up to the hotel, slides in, looks at Mandy. He basically says, "You got to stop all this. No more." She's like, "I'm not even interested in you." Photographer comes out, snaps a couple pictures, runs out the door. She's like, "Just wait till your wife sees those pictures." Oh, by the way, she's wearing this sexy ass little lingerie piece. By the way, that has more material than her in-ring gear.
Yeah, and I had to be a gentleman and pause just so I can fully understand what was going on in front of me. And I looked and looked, and then I forgot that it was an actual show. So, but that, I mean, it told me two things. One, they're scared. And two, they're really trying to push the envelope to make sure that these women are at the forefront of something.
Yeah.
Like, it's been weeks. They should have already had a match.
Right.
But the fact that they're not tells me that they're really setting up something, and the payoff is going to be really, really sweet. I'm excited for it.
And I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, I am too. I'm here for this ride.
So Jimmy pulled a straight up a Bay Area move, walks out the room. In comes Naomi looking fly as fuck in that bodysuit. Attacks her, starts beating that ass. They brawl. The way this ends is that Mandy Rose basically throws Naomi across that chair. Naomi with that nasty bump. And fucking Mandy Rose takes off running. Jimmy comes and checks on his lady. I will say this: her jumpsuit kind of got pulled down a little bit. You got to see some of her goodies, and they are fantastic.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Naomi, you didn't see when she zipped up her one piece because her girls are about to pop out. But you're right, dude. They're pushing the envelope a little bit. They're still keeping it PG, and they found a way to make it work.
They are making it work, and what's crazy to me is that they're really, really showing their hand at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into it at the rumors, but I thought that this was probably one of the best things that WWE has done for us in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Next, we get Shane McMahon's birthday party celebration thrown by the one and only The Miz. Miz basically has 2 cakes since Shane likes an equal serving of vanilla and chocolate. Hands him a birthday present, and it's the new Jordan 33s, right?
The new Jordan 33s
with the shoelaceless shoes. Technology. It's Shane McMahon nerded the fuck out when he saw the shoes.
Like, when I saw the box, I was like, oh yeah, I bet they're the 33s. Like, I was hella on that. I was like, how the hell did they get them? I didn't even know that they were out yet, but they look dope.
Yeah. But when Shane was talking about them, he talked about like how they're basically tuck on the tongue and it makes them tighter, all this other stuff. I was like, he nerded the fuck out over some Jordans, like legit nerded out over them.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what his Jordan collection actually looks like.
He probably has a Jordan manufacturing in his backyard, bro.
Well, because he has like the ones, and when he came back to the company after Jordan sent him his own pair. And I thought that was like dope. They made a color and a thing for him.
That's what's up.
So that's dope.
Basically, the bar comes out saying it's a shame that they didn't get invited to the party. Shane McMahon's like, you know what? For my birthday, I want the Miz to beat up Sheamus. And Miz is like, I'm not even dressed up in my ring gear. And he's like, bro, don't worry, you got this. So the Miz versus Sheamus. Miz ends up winning with the roll up. After the match, they brawl. The Miz and Shane get the better of Sheamus. Coast to coast, cake in the face, and my God, Shane McMahon looked like he fucked up his back.
Oh, yeah. But still, that was dope.
It was really good. Let's jump into 205 Live. So 205 Live, we only had 2 matches. First match of the night, Lio Rush versus Lince Dorado. A lot of good counters, a lot of good stuff going on. Lio Rush ends up picking up the win.
I really liked that match, and that was a lot of fun for me. I was digging it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I was really digging that match.
It was really, really good. A lot of good pacing and action. TJP's in the back talking to Drake Maverick. TJP got a lot of ink work done.
Yeah.
Be nice, some dope ass tattoos. Basically being super cocky. Drake Maverick is basically like, if there's any opportunities come up, you'll be the first one. As TJP walks out the door.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in what he's going through now. Good on you, TJP. Good on you.
We get promos from the guys involved in the Fatal 4-Way match at the Royal Rumble. Kalisto's first. It was boring. Next, we get one from Akira Tozawa with Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick does all the talking. Basically says, I taught him all the dirtiest tricks in the book, everything I know, all this other stuff. Akira Tozawa's like mean mugging the camera and then smiles and is like, what he said.
I was like, yeah, what he said.
Like, oh, all right, that was on point. Very, very good. Next, we get a promo from Hideo Itami with the Daivari. Basically, Daivari just cuts one hell of a promo, dude.
Ah, that was good.
It was really good. Next, we get our main event of the night: Humberto Carrillo versus Buddy Murphy. So, man, there are guys that are talented, that have talent, and then there are guys that have talent and have been doing it long enough. This dude is young. I think he's got to be like, what, 25 if that?
Yeah, like 24, 25.
And so he's a multi-generation wrestler coming from Mexico. Humberto Carrillo, his uncle was Hector Garza.
Yeah, I thought that was like crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, you could hit us with a deep cut there of someone who's a badass. Buddy Murphy basically takes a look at him, walks around him, sizing him up. They shake hands, they go at it. A lot of countering, a lot of flipping stuff, good holds. This dude is technically sound. And basically, he gets a better Buddy Murphy at one point, extends his hand out, and says, competition. And Buddy Murphy was like, oh, shit.
This kid.
He's really good.
He's really good. The thing that bothered me, the crowd was not caring. And at first it was like, okay, we don't know who this kid is. That's fair. But let this match go on. Let him show you what he can do, because he's in the ring with the Giant and he's killing it. He's doing very well.
Dude, so of course Buddy Murphy picks the win after a really hard fought match, but it was a really good match. Go back and watch it. He does a lot of good shit. He's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Born October 20th of 1995.
He's 23.
He's 23 years old.
Wow.
His in-ring psychology is on point. His technical ability is on point. He can high fly. He can do it all. His in-ring psychology is great. I'm speechless how good he is at that age, and you only get that good. And he debuted in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So he debuted at what, like 16?
16, 17, yeah.
Yeah, this dude, he just gets it.
It's in his blood, and that is awesome. It's kind of like watching or knowing about like the Guerreros or uh, Carlito and his family. Like
Yeah.
it's just in their blood. They just know it. And him being so young, him getting in there, it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
I wish, I really do wish for the day that my daughter sits down next to me and watches it and she's like, I want to do that. Like, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I would probably cry, like, really hard.
It's definitely something like you're just like, wow, this dude's got the talent and all the tools, and he's got a good look. He's got them dimples.
Yeah.
Vince is gonna have make a lot of money with this kid someday. I can see him and Velveteen Dream one day closing out WrestleMania.
Okay, that's a lot. And I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. That one day him and the Dream will have a hell of a match, probably main eventing WrestleMania.
I think I said somebody was going to win the WWE Championship this year. I said like a couple weeks back. Who did I say?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I'm gonna look back on that. But I'm gonna hold myself to it. I just need to figure out who it was.
NXT,
Anyway.
the Street Profits versus the Metro Brothers.
Hey.
And the Street Profits, they this is how you win a squash match and you look impressive. They basically beat that ass. But the thing is, they got across their character and in-ring psychology, their in-ring work really, really well. Montez Ford with that frog splash, the height he got on that was brutal.
Oh yeah, man got skills, man.
Yeah. The Forgotten Sons jump him, they take him out, so it looks like that's the next feud.
Hey.
Bianca Belair comes out, starts cutting a promo. I stopped paying attention because her promo skills need a lot of work.
Who?
Bianca Belair.
She better calm down. No,
her that promo she was cutting, I lost interest.
I'm just saying she listens to the show. I mean,
Wow.
she doesn't, but I mean, that'd be awesome.
If she does,
Bianca Belair, I love you.
if she does, Bianca Belair, you got to work on them mic skills, girl.
Continue.
Shannon Baszler comes out, basically says that that she's the baddest and that she's gonna kick her ass and that she's going to basically, instead of being undefeated, overrated. Crowd takes over, start chanting undefeated, other half overrated. Shayna Baszler goes to Striker, smacked in the face, and Bianca Belair slides out.
I love it.
So next,
I'm with this. I'm so with this. I love her so much. I think she's gonna be like a major killer.
she's got some work to do, but yeah, she's only been doing it for a couple years.
Yeah.
Time's on her side.
And I mean, look at her husband.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that dude's a natural.
Oh yeah, true that. Yeah.
Adrian Jarode versus Dominic Dijakovic.
I still can't.
Let's
say
go ahead and pull a Vince McMahon versus Dominic.
Dominic. Yeah.
Basically, Dominic beats that ass and picks a W.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pushed like really hard, but doesn't he kind of look like Nigel McGuinness when he was younger?
I go Dirk Nowitzki if Dirk Nowitzki got a haircut.
Oh, don't you ever disrespect Dirk Nowitzki like that. I am a Mavericks fan, sir.
There you are. No, he's got a good look. Dude, he's a big boy.
That's a big boy, yeah.
Next we get Johnny Gargano versus Humberto Carrillo again. And again, it was one hell of a showing for him, but Johnny Gargano picks up the win with that slingshot DDT.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just a really, really solid match. I mean, really good quality work on both men.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to praise Humberto like crazy because this dude can go.
He can go. So this is going to be a good year for him. We'll see.
They got a lot of wrestling put onto this show.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Lee versus Cassius Ohno was up next. Super physical. Cassius Ohno ends up shoving Keith Lee into the referee. Low blow. Rolling elbow. 1, 2, 3. Cassius Ohno wins. After the match, Riddle chases out Cassius Ohno and yells at him. And Matt Riddle was wearing a button-up shirt and a really bright banana yellow tie.
It's the bro. What can you say?
It is bro.
Bro. I can't do it.
Bro. Let's talk some news now. Again, so we talked about how the Alexa Bliss segment from Raw got some crazy ass views. Mandy Rose and Naomi also got 1.5 million views.
Yeah, of course, because we're some nasty ass heathens, and we're gonna go look for it. But it's bringing attention, and people are gonna be tuning in to see what happened next, or what's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, it was honestly, the segments were good. Like I enjoyed them, and not from like a pervy standpoint. To me, it pushed the envelope for Naomi and Mandy Rose in a direction. Yeah, it needed some tweaks, like the whole cameraman coming out and taking camera shots. And then
that was weird.
And the fact that they shot it with the regular WWE camera, it should have been more of a hidden camera.
Yeah,
and then basically the cameraman should have came out and took the photos, whatever, or she should have like turned around and took like a selfie with her and him at the same time, some shit like that. There's just some little technical things that they gotta hammer out, and they're doing this weekly, so it's really hard to. But I enjoy the segments.
Yeah.
So SmackDown's ratings were up 5.5% from last week. Raw's were up 16%.
Hey, look at that.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. They're working. They are working, and I'm with it.
Let's see here. So Adam Rose, he basically jumped back onto the, social media, sharing a photo where he was at his height of his drug use. He was 170 pounds. Now he's currently back up to 223, and this dude looks jacked.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him because I had no idea like he was going through all those problems and stuff. I mean, the drug use and everything is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that he's healthy and he's better. He's jacked. That beard is just too much though. But I'm just happy that he's doing his thing, and it's a good thing because he thanked the WWE.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah, and it's good that he's sober. Being that his health is first and foremost. So Woe is going to debut February 18th on Access TV. No, excuse me, January 18th at 9 p.m. On Access TV. The owner basically said, I think his name is John McClane. What is his name? David McClane. Basically, he went on and said that the women all have health insurance provided by the company. And that's basically like one thing that no other company has.
No, and that's what AEW is kind of pushing too.
Yeah,
like they're all gonna have health insurance and be taken care of 100%, and I love that.
Speaking of Humberto Carrillo, I know we talked about him a lot. He's officially a member of the 205 Live roster.
Hey, the man's in it. He deserves it. He deserves it. I'm just hoping that the momentum from this week will carry over for the next couple of weeks. I mean, he's going to get lost for a little bit because they're going into full Royal Rumble mode right now. But having him have a couple opening matches in the next couple of weeks, that'd be great. That's how it should start.
Ivelisse basically says she's being held hostage by her contract with Lucha Underground. There's supposed to be a fifth season. Nothing's been announced yet until the fifth season time period runs over. She's not going to be able to. They won't grant her release.
It's saddening, but at the same time, they have that option, and there's nothing that they can do about that. Yep. I mean, a few months ago, what was it? Maria and Mike Kanellis, they asked for their release, and it was really up to the WWE to say yes or no. There was nothing that they can do outside of it. They would have to sit there until their contracts went out.
Yep.
And at least now they're trying to do something with them, even though it seems like nothing is happening. I don't know. It's a sticky situation, but I hope that she's able to get out of that contract and be able to do what she want to do.
Shane Strickland is officially a free agent from his Lucha Underground contract. The man Lucha Underground / ROH contract. The man can sign with the WWE anytime now.
Do you think he's going to sign with the WWE?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think you got to be a damn fool to not take that WWE contract.
Really?
Yeah, because WWE is going to teach you some shit that's going to make you more money in 3 years than AEW will make you in the meantime.
I don't know. I mean, it would be a great thing for him to go, but do you think that with this time, with all the talent, and do you think you can see him as a main event player in the WWE or just a mid-carder?
I would rather take being a mid-carder on WWE than go work for an unproven independent promotion.
Fair. I'll take that. So what would you say to DDP?
Here's the thing. Would I want to go get trained by the one, the only, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels? Or would I want to go work for some guys that I can go work with after I get on my 3-year contract anyways?
That's true. That's fair.
WWE offers... It's not about just money.
I'm sorry. I read that completely wrong. Retract. Mike and Maria Kanellis asked for their release a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Apparently, the Revival asked for their release about 6 hours ago today.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, though. We'll see.
I kind of do. But continue what you're saying.
Anyway, so WWE offers things that AEW won't be able to offer. So, not only if you're someone like Shane Strickland, who's still pretty young, you would get to learn from one of the best, and Norman Smiley and Shawn Michaels. Say what you will about your own skills. Shawn Michaels can help you do things, tone some things up, show you some things that you're not knowing. Therefore, you're going to be better down the road. Not only that, you're going to get mentored by the one and only Triple H.
That's fair.
And you're going to make money. You're going to live down in Florida. You're going to work 52 weekends a year, if that. And then basically you get to just build your own hype. And then if shit don't work out, guess what happens when you get released from WWE? Payday.
I agree, but at the same time, I kind of feel as though, yeah, you can have the opportunity to go into the WWE and learn from these greats and maybe have that chance to, get that main event status, get that that huge mid-card push and be the Intercontinental Champion or work with somebody to become a tag team. That's all great, and I see your point, but what about people who have gone to the WWE and learn from these people, but haven't gotten over. They haven't connected well, and they leave, and then they become better because of what they learned outside of the company. Granted, he's been out of that big business and he's learned a lot on the road from ROH and all the other independent stuff. But I think that it would be best benefit him to go to AEW, to work with these guys and pick their brains on how they've been doing things, and feed off of that energy from them. Because I think those guys are really important to wrestling today, to understand, you don't need the WWE to be successful, and we can show you why, or we'll give you our point of view, and we can show you and give you something just a little bit better, your own ownership. And I think that's a lot more important than going to WWE and getting that payday. I'd rather have ownership of me, my creativity, and what I can do.
So speaking of,
and then it adds value.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing: AEW, Cody Rhodes says that they have not hired anyone for creative yet, and they won't be hiring for anyone for creative anytime soon.
So that means our applications will be denied. All right.
Cool. Second thing, I want to talk about AEW. So we're talking about these team contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have basically coming up, if they don't have something already worked out with production and all this other shit, they're going to miss fall sweeps.
Okay.
So there's a chance we will not see AEW TV, a very good chance, till 2020.
Okay.
So
I have something for you. Here's the present. I have an insider with some people that has been attached to AEW, and he's saying they have a huge deal in front of them, and they're just ironing out some details and stuff, but it looks like that they would be signing to a TV deal with TNT. And that has been going around, and I've been reading on some stuff, and then I talked to a homie who apparently takes pictures for everybody, and he said, yeah, it's looking like that TV deal is legit, and it's really strong, especially with the names that they've been putting out there. They're wanting to get this TV deal done, but they want to make sure that they get everything that they need from this deal first before it's announced and it's signed. But it's looking like all roads are going to TNT, and that would be huge. That'd be huge.
Well, until I see something signed, I'm going to call bullshit, and just because they already have planned out 4 events for the upcoming year, and just the way knowing what I know about how TV works, unless they already have everything planned out and pitched, and they're meeting with companies right now. Companies are literally getting shows greenlit, pilots ran, shit like that for the upcoming fall. I mean, springtime is when they start announcing pilots as other shit. And TNT is a little different because they show a lot of reruns of other shows. So that's the benefit of TNT, that they don't have to announce shit until technically summertime. So they can start putting out promo and stuff like that. But even then, if they're looking for a fall release, dude, they gotta start pumping out promo shit in May.
Very true. Very true. And I'm totally on board with that. But I think that I think with AEW, anywhere that they sign, I think you're going to be hard pressed to not want to tune in, even if you are the casual fan, because the rumors of this is so huge and it's going around everywhere that people are going to want to tune in to see it. And they are a credible threat, even in pre-talks without the TV deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, it is credible that they are a threat to the WWE. And now that we're seeing people ask for their releases from the WWE, how the WWE responds to these people asking for their release is going to be very telling. How they respond. If they go and say no to both of them, that is how scared they are of AEW and how credible it actually is, because this is huge. There's no other company that's out right now on American soil that scares them. ROH doesn't scare them. You know, MLW doesn't scare them. This company scares them.
Vince. Now, remember, Vince is in the entertainment industry, not the wrestling business.
True, but the wrestling business is what we're looking for. Yeah, we're looking for wrestling.
Guess what makes more money? What WWE has put out for years, and guess what has lost money hand over hand and not turned out very well? Putting out wrestling.
I don't know. That's why we should not bet against him.
I'm not betting against them. I'm betting that the hype that they're putting out isn't going to be enough for them to succeed. Again, my whole thing is why All In was success was because they were in Chicago. It was a 10,000 plus seat arena. Let's say 11 and a half, right? Mm-hmm. They built up hype the entire year, right? Mm-hmm. You had hardcore fans plan a vacation around this one event on a weekend that they all had a 3-day weekend. They bought their tickets. They bought their plane tickets. They booked their hotel months in advance, flew to Chicago, right? And it was a hot ticket. It was a great show. My criticism was the WGM pre-show that they hyped drew 165,000 viewers. Not good. My other issue is that we will have to see what happens in Vegas.
Oh, because we're going.
If people go, I probably won't be able to go because I'm going to Mexico in May. So people, they're going to fly into Vegas. But the second show, the third show, the fourth show, when they start doing shows monthly, are they going to be able to draw? Because at some point, hardcore wrestling fans will not have the money to fly into a new city. Can they draw in the market they arrive in? Or are they going to be stuck in a certain region for years on end? Now, people are talking about AEW like it's WCW in their prime. WCW, WWE, every single wrestling promotion took decades to start being able to tour and draw money. Because if they are going to be doing a weekly show on the road touring like WWE does, they're not going to succeed right off the bat. They're going to die a quick death. Tony Khan and them, they're going to realize that this $100 million isn't enough because you got to book the venue, you got to do this other stuff, you got to do travel. It's a nightmare. Now, if TNT's forking out some decent cash for them, it's going to help, but then they're just going to be in the same boat TNA was a few years ago. Just bleeding money from all orifices. And it's not going to be pretty. Now, they're talking about running before they can walk. Every single guy who has a promotion has said, take a wait-and-see approach. Let's see how it all plays out. And if anyone can do it, it's probably going to be these four guys. Because they got Cody Rhodes, who has his dad's genes. He's got his dad's work ethic. You got the Young Bucks, who are marketing gurus. But it's how much can they do before they run themselves into the ground. This is not an easy business to get into. And everybody has said it. Booker T has said it. Jerry Lawler has said it. Jim Ross has said it. Taz has said it. You can ask Paul Heyman. Hustler. Since fucking 12. Hustled hard. And yet, he saw his own baby, ECW, go down in flames.
True, but he went swinging. And I think that they will do the same.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring to me because I've always been the guy that's like, I have plans for this and I want to do this, but I've always been afraid to do it. And seeing these guys turn down, like, all of these offers, and the offer that I heard for the Young Bucks, which was insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
It showed me that they believed in themselves so much that they can walk away from that.
Right. But if they fail at this, if this does not come out to be what it is, and it's gone in 5 years, that money that WWE offered them, gone.
I don't know.
No. It's gone.
It might be, yeah.
No, that offer is gone. You don't understand. Dude, this is business 101. I offered you a killer deal. You turn it down. You come back 5 years later. You're older. Nick's back is broken. Cody's knees are shot. I can't make $1 off of you. Gone.
That's fair. But, they also bought back into Matt Hardy, and that man still gets up weird on his left leg. So
that's nostalgia, man. Young Bucks don't got nostalgia in that WWE ring.
But they have hype.
Hype dies.
Fair.
So, speaking of, let's talk about some returns. The Bludgeon Brothers are set to return soon.
Yep.
Sami Zayn and Sin Cara have been down working out at the Performance Center.
And that means they're coming back very soon.
Yes. So WWE has kind of dumped, they dumped BAMTech, aka Disney streaming services. Apparently, BAMTech was also part of MLW or Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Disney owns MLB baseball streaming service, some shit like that. That's some weird shit. Anyways, WWE...
Disney owns the world.
Yeah, just WWE has dropped them. They've gone with Massive Interactive.
Okay.
And Endeavor streaming partnership, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, the WWE Network is about to get a makeover.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, Disney, I don't know. Disney's just insane. They're also gonna do like their own streaming service, so that's gonna hurt Netflix like hugely. I know that has nothing to do with nothing, but that just really popped into my head. But onto the WWE Network, I'm looking forward to a change. I am, but I wonder if they're actually going to start doing that tier system anytime soon, because that's been like a rumor for like over a year.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on in the in the works, so they're working on things, and I have a feeling we're going to be getting some shit switched up in a bit. Any news you got, sir?
Nothing. I've just been reading up on some stuff with Kofi Kingston, and damn, I love that man.
Yeah.
Like, and they asked him if if the WWE will break up the New Day. No.
You want to know why?
They make too much money.
You're fucking right, dude. Merch. You
Like,
get
God
points
damn.
on merch. You do anything to keep them points on merch.
True, but I mean, if there's ever a time to push Kofi Kingston, I have to say now. You know, he's what, 36, 37.
Does not look a day over 25, sir.
Black don't crack. But then he's also like, he's like, what? He has 3 kids, I think, 2 or
Yep.
3 kids.
Yep.
Like, he's gonna get to that time where he's like, I want to spend more time with my kids. I think now would be the time to like really push that dude. I mean, he's been the most dedicated. If I was to say, like on 205 Live, Mustafa Ali was the heart, right?
Yeah.
The heart of the WWE would be John Cena. He keeps it beating, but that soul would be Kofi Kingston to me.
Kofi Kingston's a blast to watch, dude. Like, genuinely. The next guy I would actually think I would see Big E
Yeah.
as world champion. Big dude, muscular guy. He can talk on the mic. They're all killers on the mic.
They're all great, and eventually Xavier Woods is going to definitely go into that role of a manager because he has a great mouthpiece. He's great in the ring, but he is the mouth of that team. And I think that if anything, Kofi Kingston getting booted out and Xavier Woods pushing Big E as the monster, as this big demon, and he deserves like more of a shot because it's all about Kofi. What about them? You know, kind of thing. Like, I can see that happening one day, but they're not going to break them up.
No, not at all. I don't think so. All right,
That's all I got.
So we're gonna plug some shit here. Let's do some house cleaning. If you have not heard our What's Next episode of Zack Ryder, and if you're wondering what it is, basically what it is, we take a single wrestler and we talk about them. We talk about their history, what they've done, accomplishments, and that, and then we kind of predict what they should do.
Yep. We let y'all know what we think.
Yes.
And we're always right.
Yep. Always right. And then we also did our 2018 review. We talk about our favorite matches, our favorite wrestlers, stuff like that. And then next Monday, if I remember, I'm going to be uploading our CM Punk episode.
Oh, man.
And then in the pipeline, we got What's Next with Randy Orton and a really good episode. We're going to be talking about Chris Jericho. Is he the GOAT?
The answer may shock you.
Yes. And then we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff too. So keep listening, keep downloading, keep pipping out our Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. Remember, we're on all of your whatever you listen to podcast app.
True that. And shout out to the individual who sent me some amazing pops. Kenny Omega, Cody, and another Young Bucks.
I need to get that Young Buck Hot Topic exclusive.
Yeah, they had some, so I think I can run down there and grab you another one.
I might have to take you up on that offer. I just never go to the mall, man.
I have no choice.
Damn, this is the longest episode. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.